Hello everyone. I am Darlene. Thank you so much for being here and clicking on my video today. I appreciate you so very much for doing that. I'm doing a reading today. This is a collective reading. If you know that your person is involved with someone else, so if there is a third party. Now, I will stipulate third parties can be family members, they can be a job, they can be a health issue. But predominantly, we're talking about if your person's involved with somebody else romantically and you know about this. Now, if you don't know about this, I don't think this is going to be your reading. This is for people who actually know that your person is with someone else. So, with that in mind, I want to ask, what's it like there? How are they getting along? What's going on between these two? So, this is about your person and the third party. What does it look like? How do they feel about this third party, etc.? So, all right, let's dig in. Let's dig in. I hope you guys are doing well. It's full-fledged summer here where I am. All right, Spirit. Show us clearly, please, how our person is, your person, whatever, is with this third party. Okay, let's keep going. One card does not tell a story for me in this case. That card anyway. Could be saying they're confused. And I know you can't see the cards, so I will show them to you. Three times twice I've shuffled, and a third time this Knight of Pentacles wanted to come out, and twice this Four of Wands in reverse wants to show itself, which can speak about disharmony in the home. But let's keep going. Let me get a few more. And guys, if you don't know, I also go live here on YouTube 2 or 3 times a week. And I do many readings for people. And I also have a long playlist of other kinds of readings. So please check those out. Goodness, what that noise is outside. Especially, I do have a long list of deceased loved ones readings. So if you have lost a loved one, you might want to look at that playlist in case there's a message there for you from your loved one. All right, we just need a couple more cards, please, Spirit. I hate to say this, I really don't. I don't say this often, but I do have an Empress card here. So for some of you, or a few of you, or maybe just one of you, your person, the third party, may be pregnant. I hope not. If that's not what you want, what they want, sorry. All right. One more, please, Spirit, and then we'll tell this story here. Show me, please, for my collective. What is the story here? What is the story for those people dealing with the third party? What's the third party in their person going through right now? How does it look for them? I feel like those two want to come out. Okay. Ooh. Well, trouble in paradise. That Nine of Swords says things are not good. There's anxiety and stress there. All right, let's see. Now, all right. So let me start at the beginning. That is the Seven of Cups in reverse. That talks about a lot of confusion, about either confusion, or sometimes that means I'm shutting down all the options. I don't want to have all these options. Usually, though, for me as a reader, it means confusion. Now, I've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. That talks about a lack of collaboration, a lack of cooperation, a lack of coming together. And there's disappointment. Now, I know this card is in the reverse, so that can talk about in the upright, the universe is offering this person a cup and they're looking away, they're apathetic to it. In the reverse, sometimes it means, well, maybe I should take another look at that. But honestly, y'all, it doesn't feel that way. The energy off this card just feels like disappointment. And then we have the Empress. Now, the Empress presumably might be your person's person, but it can be just the qualities of the Empress, which would be creativity, nurturing, expansion, fertility. So again, for some of you, this person may be pregnant because following that is this Ace of Wands, which this is considered the phallic symbol of the tarot. And I'm not making it all about that, but it is saying these two have a lot of passion together. And very possibly even after a disappointment in this relationship, they decided that there was still room to grow here maybe and to focus on that expansion. And, you know, there is passion there. I have to say it. I hate to say that. However, don't click off yet. However, because this could be some past energy here that we're picking up on. Often tarot gives me a backstory first. However, something here, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, this could be saying they had a disappointment. They decided to, you know, try to work things out and expand the relationship or whatever. And there was a lot of passion, but then maybe because of that, this is a heavy burden that somebody is trying to lay down. This is the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This is saying this whole thing is a heavy burden, and I can't carry it anymore. I need to lay it down. Because why? Because there's no love here. No love here anymore. Maybe, I think there was at one time maybe, or the hope for it. But the Ace of Cups in reverse, that is at the very least a missed opportunity in love. And so very possibly they may not even be in contact with each other at the moment. This is the Hermit card that speaks of isolation, retreat, going into the Hermit goes into the cave to get inspiration, to get guidance from the divine. So there is this stress and anxiety in this relationship between these people now. Yeah. And they very possibly, this is about, because they're maybe they're not talking again. The Page of Pentacles can speak to that. It can speak to procrastination. It can speak to someone not learning the lessons that they needed to learn in this situation. Now, just for a little extra juice, I think I'll get a different deck. I want to see what deck. I want to ask, one second, let me get my deck out here. How does the third party feel about this person, your person? Excuse me, how does this third party feel about your person currently? That wanted to come out. Ooh, a Tower, and it is in the upright. So, ooh, I don't know who did what to whom, but let's keep going. See what else comes out. That's an upheaval of some kind for sure. Okay. Felt like those wanted to come out. Oh, yeah, somebody's making plans. Again, they may not be talking because they've got a hangman here. That does talk about getting a new perspective, but usually it's some kind of a timeout. Okay. What else can you tell me? How does this third party feel about your person? All right. The Chariot card speaks of fast forward movement. Now, I don't know if that means in the relationship or away from the relationship. Let me see what else comes out here. That also speaks of determination, willpower. Excuse me. All right, let's see what else wants to come out. These cards feel a little sticky tonight. Okay. Interesting. So they now have the Seven of Cups in the upright. In the upright, it can still talk about confusion, but it means keeping your options open. So, okay. Two cards here that flipped. Ooh, okay. Now I have the Emperor in reverse. This speaks of someone who is, they want to control things, basically. They want things their way or the highway. He's an authority figure, but in the reverse, he really, what's the word I'm looking for? He wants to dominate and control everything around him. And not in a nice way. Not in a controlling way is what I'm saying. Not in a nice way. And then I have this Two of Swords, which speaks of a crossroads, but in the reverse, it can be saying somebody who's been at a crossroads and now making a decision. Now getting clarity about what direction they need to move now. And at the bottom of the deck, I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. She's someone who is either withholding her cup of love, saying, no, I'm not going to give to this anymore. Or she can be also emotionally unstable, overly emotional. And I've got the Knight of Wands behind that, which would be somebody who's actually reckless in their behavior. Let's see. What else do you want to tell me? How does this person feel? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wish y'all could see the table. Yeah. So have your person's cards laid out at the top, and then this third party card. The card that just flipped out flipped right below this Ace of Cups in reverse here for your person. Guess what it was? The Ace of Cups in reverse. So they're saying there's no love here anymore. There's nothing. There's just conflict, and they're tired of the conflict. This third party is saying, I'm tired of the conflict. I don't really think this is what I want to invest in for the long term. And very possibly this person's putting an end to it so they can get single. Yep. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the card of liberation, being single as a Pringle. Ooh, okay. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Okay. Yikes. All right, I know this is getting kind of long, but I want to ask one other question. Okay, where's, let me see what deck. Let's ask what the potential outcome is for these two, for your person, for the relationship of your person and the third party. Let's ask. Let's dig. What is the potential outcome? Now, this is only a potential. This is one potential. People have free will. And based on that, they can change their mind tomorrow. I know y'all want to see that. It's the Ace of Cups. But now that could be starting over, wanting a new love. It could mean this relationship, but it could also mean a new love. So let me see what else comes out. Yeah, that one just hopped right out of there. All right. What else, please? Can you tell me what is the potential outcome? I've got a King of Cups now in the upright. Somebody giving their love. Let's see. A lot of love cards right there. Let's see. Okay. Well, I want to. I just heard the song in my head. I was going to say it, and then I thought, well, it's a little premature. I need a few more cards, but it has the feeling of Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. Do you remember that song, y'all? It's an oldie but goodie by was it Kenny? What was his name? Kenny, y'all know who I'm talking about. There's that 4 cups in reverse again. All right, a couple more cards, please, Spirit. What is the potential outcome of the relationship of this, my collectives, person, and the third party? Make it clear, please, Spirit. And I have one more, please. Well, okay. I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, I feel like they're saying, again, I can't, it's just, I tell you what, because this is so ambiguous to me. Typically, the Ace of Cups means new love. New love. Can be a new beginning in love, so I won't lie about that. And I did ask this relationship, but the cards kind of make me feel like they're just, it's not with this person. So I'll read the cards and then I'll come back and maybe clarify this ace. Or no, I'll just do it now because not this one. Okay. That kind of affects the whole story here. Let me get, and so now I have 3 aces, Ace of Cups on the table, one for each of these people in the reverse, and now I have an upright one. So that's significant. Spirit, show me, what is this Ace of Cups? Is this new, or is this these 2 people getting back together? Clarify this Ace of Cups, please, because that's the whole point of why you're here, right? You want to know. All right. Clarify this Ace of Cups, please. Do you not want to talk tonight? Y'all, sorry. Let's try this way. Please clarify the Ace of Cups. I have to get a different deck. All right, one more. Doesn't want to talk. All right, okay. We will use this one. This little Rider-Waite. Please show me, what is this Ace of Cups here for the potential future? Okay, I had one flip. Oh dear. That might just tell the story right there. And another Hermit card at the bottom of the deck. And a Tower at the... Okay. This is a this is saying they want a new beginning in love. And I don't believe it's with this person because it's clarified by the Three of Swords. So I think that definitely means I've had hurt here. I want something new. I want justice in my life. I am hermiting away from this situation that gave me a Tower. Remember, the Tower was here in the third party's energy. Yeah, there will be no reconciliation here for these two. All right. I might be the wounded warrior, but I'm releasing myself from this toxic energy because there was too much disappointment here. Oh, well, alrighty then. We got that, didn't we? All right, now that I know that, all right. So each of these people, this is a King of Cups, but there's no gender in tarot. So I feel like they're both of these people, moving forward, taking their cup of love and looking forward. Now I've got the Hermit card, so they're both going to take some time out. Which, of course, I know you want to know more about your person. Taking some time out to reflect. Like I said, I had the Hermit up here too. Isolating. Maybe taking some time to lick their wounds and heal a little bit from these arguments that were taking place. This disappointing communication. Again, I have the Four of Cups in reverse. They might have thought for a minute they wanted to manifest something, to maybe take another look at that relationship. They might have thought, or they may think even this, I mean, they could be thinking about this. They could be, in other words, reflecting back on this. How they were disappointed here. But they're trying to manifest happiness in their life. They are looking forward in the potential future. They're going to be focusing on manifesting something in their life that makes them happy. Now, even though, that being said, they may think back to these times with this person, they will reflect, they have, these are memories that kind of haunt you, but at the bottom of the deck, they will be moving on to calmer waters. This is a Six of Swords. They will each be moving on to calmer waters because they no longer want to play mind games. There's that Seven of Cups again. They're making a choice. Yeah, they're making a choice. And they're making a choice not to invest in this relationship anymore, or that it's not the relationship they want for the long term. Didn't that come out in the other deck? They're getting clarity. They've been thinking about this. This is the analysis paralysis card, but in the reverse, it means coming out of that, getting clarity about it. And what are they getting clarity about? They're getting clarity about the fact that they do not want to move forward in this relationship with this other person again. And even though that puts them at a crossroads, yeah, they are saying, no, I'm not giving in to this relationship. I'm taking the time out. This is the Hangman card. And I'm making plans. Looking at distant shores, waiting. Yeah, waiting for something to be clarified, that waiting and cutting things out of my life that don't serve me anymore because it broke my heart. Yeah, broke my heart. Okay. Because this love, this couple, this situation was toxic. addictive, toxic, or one or both of these people had addiction issues. But in the end, it was toxic, and it basically was holding each of these people back in its own way. So they've decided to heal. This is future. They're deciding to heal and not put any more work into the relationship and to not reconcile. All right, now I've got the Page of Pentacles and the Upright, which says, I've learned my lesson. I know what this relationship was teaching me now. I've learned my lesson about what it looks like to fail, or maybe even what it looks like when somebody wants a lot of attention, you know, more than their fair share. And so now I'm going to go back to focusing on my own dreams and hopes, my own wishes, and I'm going to heal. Focusing on healing. Well, all right. Well, I hope this helps you guys. If it did, leave me a comment if this is, you know, related, if you relate to the story or how you felt about the reading, whatever. At the very least, give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of reading. Let me know that too. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Remember, I do go live here 2 or 3 times a week. And as I said, I offer very inexpensive mini reads. I also do private readings. So if you are subscribed and you have your notifications turned on, YouTube will notify you when I'm live and you can get in the queue. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. And I hope each and every one of you find peace in this and some kind of a comfort in it. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.